So I really felt the need to do this video, really shedding light on this new talked about 0% down mortgage program by Bank of America. First, we want to backtrack that people are still referencing what happened in 2008. 2008 was a once in a 500-year event. Something like that can never and will never happen again to that magnitude. It just won't. There's just too much money that's been created. However, the people that were putting 0% down back in 2006 and 2007 didn't have credit, didn't have income. Today, people have credit, people have income, regardless of what it is, and people today look at what's called the ability to pay. So if you're paying $2,500 a month in rent right now, but you can't save because of inflation, well, as long as your mortgage payment doesn't exceed $2,500, it's still a 1-1 payment ratio, right? So there's a lot of fear coming from 2008, and I get it. I personally started my career in that. I was a 20, 21, 22-year-old kid. I still act like a kid at times, obviously. But there's no correlation between someone putting 0% down or 50% down, because at the end of the day, if somebody's going to default on a mortgage payment, they're going to default. If life events happen, if they get laid off, if they go through a divorce, if God forbid someone or their family member or children get sick, they're not going to make the payment. So we need to really start looking at the true economics of a mortgage and the borrower or client's ability to pay that monthly payment. You could have $1,000 a month car payment and have put a 10% down payment on the car, and you could have $1,000 car payment and put no money down on the car. It's still a $1,000 payment, right? The problem is history shows that people who don't have skin in the game are more likely to walk away from an investment or an asset, right? So if you're handed a home with no money down and things get tough, hey, let's just walk away from this property. We have nothing to lose. However, if you put, let's say, on a $200,000 home, a 20% down payment, you have $40,000 of your hard-earned money, whether it comes from your 401k or a gift, right? That money is invested into a property. It's harder to walk away from a $40,000 investment in something, or a 20% investment, or any investment, okay? However, my problem is, here's where I teeter back and forth. Many people buy homes with gifted down payments from family members, from friends, from cousins, from spouses, you name it, right? So if your mom gives you $100,000 to buy a $500,000 home and you take out a $400,000 mortgage, you're still putting 0% down. That money's not your money, right? So I'm all for 0% down payment mortgages for people that can demonstrate the financial responsibility and history and track record of being responsible. And if you've messed up your credit in the past, having a story on what's happened and what you're going to do to prevent that from happening again. But at the end of the day, when chaos or catastrophe hits, people are going to default on mortgages. It's just inevitable. Things happen, things come up in life. But whether you put 0% down or 20% down, hardships happen. The question is, are we lending responsibly to people who are not putting a large down payment down? And what type of counseling or education are we giving them to make sure they know what all of their other unforeseen expenses are? What if your roof goes and you need $20,000 to fix your roof? What if you need to hire a plumber? What if there's a leak? What if a flood happens, right? All these other unforeseen expenses. So if somebody can't demonstrate the ability to save, and you're giving somebody a mortgage with 0% down and they still have no money in the bank, what happens when there's a rainy day? So this concludes my video on the 0% down mortgage that's being discussed about all over the social media world and probably the news. I don't watch the news, but that's my 2 cents. As long as we're lending responsibly to people, it doesn't matter whether they're putting a down payment or not. It matters what type of person they are and what their ability to pay that mortgage with the 0% down looks like. For more information, follow me at Jeff Van Note SR on Instagram.